Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat on the way in. What's going on, y'all? Yes, Mr. Z is actually early. What? That happens? It happens. It happens. It happens. Seldom, rare, but it happens. It happens. Oh man. So first off, shout out to Anton. I hear you, brother. I hear you. And y'all vote the wrong direction. I don't know. I don't know. Shout out to all the black conservatives trying to drag black people into voting the same direction as them. Yeah, that's it. The majority of black people are working class and working poor, and the Republican Party doesn't have anything for them except for pull yourself up by your bootstrap rhetoric. Have fun trying to convince the majority of black people to vote in that direction. And no, Mr. Z did not vote for Joe Biden or Hillary Clinton. Yeah, I'm about voting down ballot. Y'all give Z 1 second. And we're back. Second. And we're back. Of course, it's a reckless stream, so that wasn't even a whole 2 minutes. Of course, it wasn't a whole 2 minutes. Of course. All right, we're back. We're back. We're back. Okay. Um, and I was going on about Anton and him trying to get brothers and sisters to vote a particular direction. Yawn. Have fun with that though. Have fun. Have fun. Let's see how it works when it doesn't work. And we're continuing. Okay. The young lady Jazz, right? Jazz, I think it's Jazz underscore Noel, who was going back and forth with Anton, and Anton pressed her, and she eventually got to a point where she said men and women need each other. First, let's actually go back a little bit to this idea that men are the ones who created the system, essentially saying women don't have to do anything except be pretty and be there and allow men to F on them, and that's enough. You mean well off white men. You mean black elite men or rich men that attempted to imitate well off white men. You tell me about all of the working class, working poor, lower middle class, solidly middle class black men that said that. I promise you, when you let these people speak, they let you know that they don't know what the hell they're talking about, number one. Or number two, that the only people they see are, well, rich and elite men. Those are the only people that count. Those are the only people whose opinions count. Right? Huh. So that's number one. That's number two. Number three, once again, when Anton pushed Miss Noel, he said, we need each other. The studies and the data does not say that black men, black single men, have the least amount of wealth in our society. No, it does not. It says that black and Latina single women have the least amount of wealth in our society. Say that again, Z. Latina and black women have the least amount of wealth. Single Latina women, single black women have the least amount of wealth in our society. That's what the data says. Uh-oh. So no, ma'am, it's not that quote unquote we need each other, not financially at least. So not this past Christmas, the Christmas before that, I did a stream called um The Grinch That Did Math, something along those lines. And if you can find it somewhere down there in my lives, it does have Grinch with a Santa Claus, Christmas hat um as the thumbnail. And I spoke about black women's concept of quote unquote fairness. And let me reiterate, black women's quote unquote concept of fairness is talking crazy to black men, realizing, oh God, that's going to cost me, and then saying, oh, we need each other. No, ma'am, Miss Jazz Noel. It's interesting listening to black women engage in verbal abuse and insulting black men and belittling black men, comparing black men to white men and then deeming black men lacking. And when they realize, oh crap, that's going to cost me, this is the ones that are not complete egotistical maniacs, by the way. Oh, wait, we need each other. No, no, wait a minute. No. Are you saying this only minutes after you just insulted me? Are you saying this only minutes after you just belittled me? Right? No, the information, and shout out to Anton. He said it slightly different than I would have said it. No, ma'am. Anton is correct. Black women are the ones getting evicted left and right. Nobody cares about homeless black men, so there's no point in even bringing it up. Right? Black women are the ones being evicted left and right. Now, y'all have heard Mr. Z say multiple times, black people are attached by the hip. I mean that. It's black women that are hell-bent on being hyper individualistic because they can't get them the rich white dude or the rich black dude. It's black women that are saying, quote unquote, not gonna settle. I can do battle by myself. And society's showing you, oh yeah, we mean that. When society hears black women say, I can do battle by myself, society's like, oh yeah, let's see that. We're gonna make you mean that literally. Right? Dear black women, there's a cost to this. And Miss Jazz Noel is your standard issue black woman talking crazy to black men. And when back is put to the wall, says, oh no, we need each other. That's not how you were speaking all of 5 minutes ago. It wasn't we need each other 5 minutes ago. Huh. There is a cost to this, ladies. There is a cost to your negative liberty. And black women are trying to charge black men for relationship when it actually, by the numbers, should be the other way around. And y'all gives you 1 second, y'all talk amongst yourselves. And we're back. But yeah, by the numbers, it should be the other way around. If there was supposed to be someone charging the other one for their presence. This is delusional talk. Black women, and this is why Mr. Z, I gotta bring that back, keeps on saying, put the phone down. Social media, mainstream media, music and television, right? All of print media has got black women sounding absolutely delusional. Has even other black men who engage with this conversation, right? Shout out to Tyler Perry, sounding absolutely delusional. No, black men earn more than black women. Black men have more wealth than black women. Black men have better savings rates than black women. Black men are in less debt than black women. Black men have better credit scores than black women. Period. Black men employ more people than black women. Period. Period, like black women like to say. I don't know what y'all watching and listening to that got y'all thinking y'all are doing better. Do y'all have more and better advanced degrees? Yes. Is that actually translating to more wealth? Oops. Right? Train tracks, train tracks, train tracks. Is that translating to more wealth? Is that translating to less debt? Is that necessarily translating to a better position in our society? Have fun trying to achieve that better position in society without black men. White men have an answer for that better position, pun intended. So Miss Jazz Noel, and the reason why Mr. Z is covering this, it's that same trope over and over again. It's the same trope. Insult, belittle, demean black men. Get your back pressed against the wall, showing that you don't know what the hell you're talking about, and then say, "Oh no, we need each other." Absolutely not. Now, does Mr. Z believe that black men and black women need each other? Yeah. Is Mr. Z willing to watch some black women starve to prove a point? Yes. Uh-oh. Z, you're not supposed to say that out loud. Yes. Why? Because they'll never get their mind right unless that happens. Let's be very clear. Black women are about ego protection. That's why my title is what it is. Black women are about protecting that goddamn ego over everything, right? Being swaggy and aggressive and antagonistic forever. Well, let's see if starvation will get some of y'all mind right. Let's see if being destitute will get some of your minds right. Let's see if you go through the cold, harsh winters. No man, no family, no nothing. Let's see if that gets some of your minds right. Here's the crazy part. For some, it still won't. Yes, yes, dear black men, yes. Yes, they're that far gone. Yes, for many of them, they are that far gone. Absolutely. Right? Absolutely. Detroit says it's about control, Z, mind control. Right? And let's consider that. Black women who we know have the least amount of wealth in our society and who are in the most precarious situation in our society, half of which is because, whether they realize it or not, our society targets black men and black women are attached to black men by the hip. So instead of black women raising their black boys to put them in the best position so that that can in turn help black women, they leave their black boys out there in the wilderness, do for their black girls so that the black girls could do what? End up with the rich dude in the future? Have fun with that. End up with the white dude in the future? Have fun with that. End up with the non-black dude in the future? Have fun with that. End up in same-sex loving relationships in the future? Have fun with that. All of your little schemy, scammy escape hatches that you think are going to save you from being black and being attached to black men are not working, Jazz Noel. Huh? All of black women's little schemy, scammy ways that they think they're going to escape hatch out of being black don't work. All of the virtue signal, look at my degree, and look at my bag, and look at my car, and look at the area I live in, and look at my luxury condo, my luxury apartment. Ain't that right, Chrissy? Huh? Ain't that right, Yanni? Look at where I live, and look at how I speak. And that helps black women. How? Don't we have a black vice president right now? Black female vice president? And that's helping black women how? Condoleezza Rice helped black women in large part how? Susan Rice, how? Huh? Oprah been rich for years. That helps black women how? I said years. Oprah been rich for decades, and that helps black women. Huh? Black women think that you don't have to do for black men to save yourself. Have fun with that. Indigo flow, exactly. Representation, exactly. Exactly. Right? And y'all give Z 1 second, y'all talk amongst yourselves. Y'all already know reckless streams, reckless streams. And we're back. Exactly. Supreme Court Justice, right? Kentanji. And that helps black women in large part how? Even with the dean of Harvard, they got her the hell up out of here. She lasted for how long? Yes, she's Haitian descent, but black, right? And that helped black women in the grand scheme of things how? There is no elevation of black women without black men. Y'all have been trying that for decades. How has that been working? Right? Y'all have been trying that for decades. How has that been working? Right? Indigo says it makes them feel better. And what does that feel? And that's really what it is, right? And how has that been working? Okay, we feel better. We feel better living vicariously through Nene Leakes. We feel better by living vicariously through Oprah, right? We feel better by living vicariously through Paris Malone, through Real Talk with Yenny, through Chrissy, through Shira Seven. We feel better. We feel better living vicariously through Princella, right? We feel better by living vicariously through Regina Hall. Oops. Huh? We feel better by living vicariously through Vivica A. Fox, through Maya, through Monica. Huh? And that helps black women in the grand scheme of things. How? How? We feel better living vicariously through Michelle Obama. Uh-oh. Right? Huh. And so when you hear Jazz Noel speak, and I'm hoping I pronounce her name correctly, right? When you hear this young lady speak, and eventually she says, we need each other after talking crap. Let's be very clear. After talking crap about black men. Huh? When the numbers don't actually show that. Huh. The numbers don't show that black men, would it behoove black men to be in relationship with black women? Not this iteration of black women, absolutely not. Huh? Jazz Noel is your standard issue black woman talking crap, attempting to bring you down to size, and then saying, "Oh no, we need each other." Actually, right? Actually, and then look how she's trying to talk over Anton, trying to prove her point, talking over Anton. And the most single group of people in America is, drum roll, and you wonder why, because, drum roll, and you wonder why Dr. Chris Marsh is telling black women to get comfortable being single, drum roll, because of black women like you, Miss Jazz Noel. If she's trying to talk over the host like that, not even trying, if she is talking over the host that way, you imagine how pleasant she is in a relationship? And Detroit says, Jazz from Anton's channel? Absolutely. Right? Imagine how pleasant she is in a relationship. You know, it was interesting listening to Kim Foster speak about black men in the black manosphere like we're antagonistic, as if black women in general aren't antagonistic to black men. Right? It's interesting listening to these people call black men antagonistic, and then we watch them speak to black men, and you're like, we're the antagonistic ones? Right? Let's emphasize this, and this is the issue that black women will run into for eternity if they don't have it fixed, if they don't ever fix this. Men in general, I don't care if it's a white man, black man, Latino man, Asian man, are not going to subsidize your negative liberty. We're not going to subsidize you throwing a temper tantrum because you're not an upper middle class white woman. We're not going to allow for you to be an angry little bitter troll, being antagonistic and aggressive, and then be in a relationship with you. That is not going to happen. Shout out to black women throwing their temper tantrums around the Western world, definitely in America, mad because no man wants to actually be in a relationship with you. Smash, absolutely. Let me say this, and I want to say this as clearly as humanly possible. All that neck rolling attitude thing, yes, there are some men that want to, let me say it as bluntly as humanly possible, they want to tame that. So for a night or two, maybe a week or two, maybe a month or two, that's fun. The little aggressive chick walking around here acting like her ish don't stink, speaking like she above everyone else. Oh yeah. The O face, giving her the O face. Oh yeah, that's fun. And then they get the hell away from you. Right? Miss Jazz Noel, nobody's doing it. Have fun with that. No man is going to allow for you to talk crazy about men, particularly him, and at the end of the day say, oh no, we need each other. I don't need that verbal abuse. That's what I don't need. I don't need you talking over me. That's what I don't need. I don't need you attempting to mommy me. That's what I don't need. And you wonder why black women are so goddamn single and their same-sex loving rate is the highest amongst everyone else in this society. Dear black women, the only people that could deal with that for too long are black women, and apparently not, because that DV rate says absolutely not. That DV rate says even y'all can't stand to be around each other for too long with that attitude, actually. Huh? Talking crazy to Anton and then say, oh no, we need each other. No. Huh? And this is going to be one of the hardest things for black women to get over. For those of us that used to watch The Grapevine, we saw it on The Grapevine also. This is what Carl said. Black women, you can have the man that lets you do that. The problem is black women don't want that guy for too long. They want to break wolves. They want the captain of industry. They want the super successful guy. They want the super attractive guy. They just want to break him to their will. Because, you know, black community, matriarchy if you want to be kind, gynocracy if you want to be accurate. From Africa, I came and said, "Are you in a broom closet?" No, I'm actually in a normal room. You're just hearing the echo. My apologies. No, I'm not in a broom closet. Right? I had to change locations because reckless streams. Don't put it in the comments. Hopefully that'll change in a couple minutes. Hopefully, right? We'll see. Right? And y'all give Z 1 second. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. Okay, so that's why I paused. I paused because I wanted to make sure that I overheard what I thought I overheard. What I heard was, yes, this young lady really tried to press Anton, and when Anton got to going and he actually got his thought out because you know she was trying to overtalk him the whole time, when he actually got a chance to speak and say, you know, y'all in the most debt, y'all poverty stricken. He called black women dusties. I wouldn't go that far, but it's funny, right? Yeah, and this is when she comes in with the no, we need each other. We work in tandem. And what Anton was saying, because Mr. Z has already said we're attached by the hip, but if you want to disaggregate, then fine. No, we're ahead of you. Dear black women, even with all those college degrees and with all those homes that y'all could barely afford, black men are ahead of you financially. Period. And so Anton was correct. And it's after Anton got to run and say what he needed to say, that's when the young lady said, "Oh no, we work in tandem. We need each other." Oh no, 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 no. Right? And to that point, and shout out to Detroit, like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. And Detroit says, and thank you for the super chat, it's about control. Control. Janet Jackson, nightmare theme. Right? Better uses Dustisha. Right? And Charles says, break yourself, fool. Right? Man. So how is this supposed to work for black women? I would have loved to have a conversation with Miss Jazz Noel so that she could tell me, how is this supposed to work for black women? What bargaining chips do you think you really have? If it wasn't for white racist society putting their thumb on the scales for black women, what bargaining chips do you think you would have had? Let's look at, fine, pause right here. Let's look at what Dr. Thunder said, Dustiana. What's going on, Doc? Okay, fine. Let's look at what Edward Blum is doing right now by going after any program that benefits black people, largely black women. And then we see how that in turn hurts black women. When Edward Blum goes after this non-governmental organization, NGO, or when he goes after these corporations that wish to fund black women endeavors by the billions, by the hundreds of millions, if not billions, you hear the organizers speak about how this is going to hurt black women, the plans that they had, what they were really doing and achieving. Black women, that has been the government's policy and corporations' policy for a very long time. Putting the thumb on the scales for black women. Do you understand how much of where you are It's because white society has been attempting to undermine the black community by purposely putting black women in an advantageous position because they know y'all hypergamy is going to kick in anyway. And if they just give you that one leg up over black men, which y'all still don't have, by the way, not in mass, that what happens is your hypergamy kicks into overdrive, and now you're in a no-win situation. You think you're better than the black men you might earn more than. The black men that earn as much as you or more can't be around you because you're an a-hole, and then the white men just see you as a plaything. Oh. And this helps black women how, Miss Jazz Noel? Huh? This helps black women how? This helps black women how? Let's be very clear. This is why Mr. Z brings up all the time the US government saying they're going to give, at first it was $20 million for quote unquote gender studies in Pakistan. Then it was supposed to be up to $200 million for quote unquote, once again, gender studies in Pakistan. What y'all think that's about? Black women, this society knows how to undermine communities, nations. You're talking about the same people that funded the Panamanians because they knew, hey, the Panamanians and the Colombians are not getting along. These people want to rebel, and we need a canal. So we're going to fund them so that after we fund them and they get their independence, we'll be the first ones to acknowledge their independence, and then we could go dig that canal that we need. That's the people y'all messing with. Y'all know that, right? Huh? You know y'all messing with the people that know how to do proxy war real well. Nixon gave a speech about a colony within a nation while he was turning and helping to shore up a colony within a nation, speaking on the black community being a colony within a nation. You realize that's the people y'all messing with. Huh? Maybe y'all don't understand how the game goes. Maybe you didn't understand it when you saw those people running for their life to jump on the planes when the US government, the US military was leaving Afghanistan. All the people that was helping the US government running for their life to get on those planes because what you think those Afghanis were going to do to all those people? Wait a minute. Black women in white society. Uh-oh. Huh? Do you not understand how the game goes? Exactly, Trill. The folks that invented the banana republics didn't even understand it. They don't know what banana republic is. They don't even know what a banana republic is. They don't even know that the fruit companies literally were lobbying the US government, and they did it to overthrow democratically elected leaders and bringing dictatorial leaders, right, in developing countries, in third world countries in South America for fruit. Right? That's what, if they're doing that overseas, what you think they're doing here domestically with this 12 to 14% of the US population that they always felt was supposed to be the permanent underclass of America? If they're going out of their way to undermine the power structure and the hierarchy in nations 2 and 3 and 5 and 10,000 miles away, what you think they're doing here domestically in the US to black people? Thank you, Jake. Economic Hitman. The Confessions of an Economic Hitman. He speaks about that. Exactly. Better use it. They ain't call him Tricky Dick for a reason. Like they called him Tricky Dick for a reason. Exactly. Speaking about Nixon, for those of you that don't know. Right? So here we have black women like Miss Jazz Noel speaking about, oh no, we need each other, after she talked crap about black men. After she got pressed by Anton. Right? after the fact. And as a matter of fact, for my examples, we don't even have to go too far. We could just look at Chicago and Fred Hampton. We could look at Martin Luther King, right? For those of us that watched the documentary Mississippi Spies, there you go. You can hear it from the Black Panthers that are still alive today. You can hear it from their own mouths. If you don't believe me, go ask Malcolm. Oh, wait a minute. Or Che Guevara. Oops. Yikes. Huh? And if the US was willing to do that, from the 50s all the way through the 70s and 80s, if they were willing to do that, both domestically and internationally, to revolutionary leaders, what you think they're willing to do to Black people in America? Jazz Noel, Black women, huh? You think they stopped saying prevent the rise of a Black Messiah? You think that stopped with Fred Hampton? Huh? If it stopped with Fred Hampton, then why was Lee Atwater telling us how the Southern strategy worked in the 80s? Huh? Why were Hillary Clinton, and Joe Biden essentially calling Black men super predators in the 90s? Remember, this is around the time when Black women are saying, extra Black women and boomer Black women, talking about I could do battle by myself. Why they locking your sons up? Oops. Huh? Early 2000s, everybody talking about Fruity Pebble chains. Meanwhile, Black people don't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. Black women are among the poorest in America, talking crazy about Black men. Black men get married more. Black men remarry more because Black men actually care about marriage. Black men are not saying, if I can't be a white man, then I don't want to get married. Black women, I know you think you're not saying that, but you're saying that through action. If I can't live like the white woman, then I don't want to be married. I know you don't think you're saying that, Black women, you are. Right? Huh. Black men aren't saying that. It's interesting listening. Somebody brought up Dr. Umar Johnson, right? And it was Indigo. Indigo said they'll let Dr. Umar Johnson rock, though. It's interesting listening to Dr. Umar Johnson rail on like the issue isn't Black women. It's not. Let me say this because I need to emphasize this just in case Dr. Umar Johnson ever comes across this. Dr. Umar Johnson, the issue isn't Black men. Black men do care to be married. Black men want to be loved. Black men actually care about who's with them. It's Black women that do not care to be married unless they're getting something very overt, material gain from it. You can see that from the marriage numbers and the divorce numbers. Who's filing for divorce at 70%? Who's not getting remarried? Let's be very clear. Black women are not only not marrying Black men, they're not even marrying non-Black men. They're not even marrying each other. Black women are so incensed about not being upper middle class white women that anything short of you putting them in that position, they don't see the point. Well, then starve. Black women are truly neoliberals. They want their time and their negative liberty bought. They want their energy and their presence bought. Unfortunately for them, they live in an anti-Black world, and the non-Black men said, yeah, nope. First of all, I can have you for free because they can. Secondly, I don't want you long term because they don't. Fourth, I don't think I should spend that much, because they're racist. And if that's how non-black men feel, we don't even want to talk about how non-black women feel. Shout out to Getology. Huh? Exactly, Trell. It's Miss Ann or bust, right? And y'all like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. It really is that. Exactly. And Jake says, neoliberal losers, the market decides your fate, dum dum. And I am a true believer in black people not subscribing to that. That's why y'all don't hear Mr. Z use this marketplace talk, this market talk. It doesn't work for black people, not in our current position, nor will it. But black women, ain't that right, Paris and Chrissy? Black women use that type of rhetoric, and it bites the majority of them in the ass. And speaking about majority, when Anton was speaking, Jazz Noel tried to do what a lot of people, this is not exclusively black women, a lot of people try to do. They try to start talking about the exception to the rule. So when Anton starts to press Jazz about black women's horrible economic state, she said, well, so the black women, they're all in poverty? Huh? The majority of black women are working class, working poor, lower middle class people. That is why the article said the people with the least amount of wealth are single black women and single Latina women. They wouldn't have said that. Oh, wait a minute, if it wasn't true. Huh? They said it because it's true. So let's be very clear. Even with society putting their thumb on the scales for black women against black men, black women in majority are still struggling. Okay, fine. And those same black women who are struggling would rather starve than get on black men's program. Unfortunately, for younger black women, that's black women pretty much under the age of 45, you don't have the same type of black men your mothers and grandmothers did. These young dudes, once again, just about under the age of 45, are going to watch you starve and they're going to walk over you. And unlike their fathers and grandfathers' generation, they're not going to let you double back. Jazz Noel, Chrissy, Yanni, Paris, Shira 7. Huh? Y'all better start talking to y'all subscribers. Tell the black men under the age of 45 said, if you say that, I'm gonna make you mean it. Say what, Z? I could do better by myself. Any type of rhetoric like that, if we see the comment online, if we see a video of you saying it, we're gonna make you eat that for the rest of your life. Ain't no doubling back. Ain't no, oh no, I had an epiphany. I didn't really mean it. I was young and dumb. You have to understand I had gone to a heartbreak. My ex-boyfriend. What about the men and what they were saying online? There's none of it. If you say you can do a battle by yourself or any iteration of that, we're gonna make you mean it. And Jake Zero says, and this is true, what's funny, Z, you see the same snatch the power from us sentiment today, but they expect us to save them. And Jake Zero is referring to a video that's on BGS's channel somewhere, right? Of it's a group of young black people from, like, I want to say the 70s speaking, and the young brother is saying to her pretty much like, yo, like, y'all are crazy. And the black woman is saying, no, if you want the power, you're gonna have to take it from us, because as long as the gain is good, we're gonna keep on getting. And this is a black woman saying this to a black man. So once again, We're not going to give you the power. We're not going to let it go. You're going to have to hold us down and take it from us. I know how this sounds, and that's why I'm being careful. And I want to be very clear. This is what a black woman is saying to a black man. She's saying, yeah, it may not be right, but we're going to keep on getting if we could get. And you're going to have to take the power from us to save us and you. I want to be very clear with this black woman understood exactly what she was saying. What she's saying, to save us and you, we're going to hold on to the power and you're going to have to take it from us. Huh? And I think we're witnessing with young millennials and Gen Z black men, them saying, no, you know what? You can have that power. Shout out to Princella. You can have that power and go do your same sex loving, munching thing over there, or go beat a bust down for non black men, white men. You can have it. Don't worry, we ain't gonna fight you to do what you wanted to do anyway. I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna say it again. Black women, we don't believe you until we see you going at Chrissy. We don't believe you until we see you going at Yanni. We don't believe you until we see you going at Paris. We don't believe you until we see you going at Cynthia G. We don't believe you. Stop coming over here to the black manosphere telling us how much you care about us and you love us. Until y'all tell Yanni and them to shut, until I can see their live chat and it's nothing but a chorus of black women saying, get off my phone. But as long as y'all watch Yanni and Chrissy and Paris, and y'all watch Themis when Cynthia G is there, and y'all don't tell Themis to shut the hell up, and y'all know who he is, he's just a little bitter gay brother who's mad once again that them brothers that he wanted when he was younger didn't want him, or that he might have got made fun of by uncle or cousin when he was younger. Until y'all tell those people to shut the hell up, we don't believe you. Stop coming over here virtue signaling. Stop coming over here virtue signaling. Dear Jazz Noel, you had the conversation with Anton. Anton pressed you, and then you did the, oh no, we need each other. Black women need black men. Huh? Black women need black men. Until y'all tell black women who are making fun of Simone Biles Owens, wishing that she catches her husband cheating on her, or that he's secretly on the DL and that she catches him doing something. These are people that were wishing the downfall of this world famous athlete and her husband to prove a point that black men ain't ish. Until y'all tell those women to shut up, maybe even get physical with those women, we don't want to hear it. Huh? Stop with all the virtue signaling over here. Until we start seeing these women on college and university campuses that are lecturing, and y'all stand up in the audience and tell them to shut the hell up, maybe throw a couple of tomatoes at them, we don't want to hear it. Until y'all start rushing the stage and say, you know what, this black woman don't represent me. She's a little bitter, angry troll. This is her life. This is the reason why she's saying it. We don't want to hear it. Huh? Y'all let black women talk all type of crazy about black men, and then y'all come over here to black male spaces and be like, I'm sorry she said all of that. I'm not one of those. Me and my friends aren't like that. Y'all let black women go around white folks and non-black folks playing to be victims of black men, trying to get white society to subdue and crush black men for Black women, and then y'all come over here in this space to virtue signal to Black men. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Right? Huh. Hmm. This is a good comment. And Telescope says, Black men love Black women but don't need them. Black women need Black men but don't love them. Sounds pretty accurate to me. Sounds pretty accurate to me. You know, BGS put out a think piece, I want to say earlier this morning, speaking about love. And it reminded me of a conversation me and Black Uru had years ago. And then we had again, maybe last year, sometime early last year, about Black men actually being the ones who show love, and Black men being the one group of people in America. And I said this on a stream also, it's kind of recently, that Black men are the one group of people in our society that actually don't have some ulterior motive or agenda. Black men like who like them, Black men like people, Black men love people. Black men are looking for love. As naive as that sounds in our society, as childlike and gullible as that sounds in our current society, Black men care about love. I'm talking about the masses of Black men. I'm not talking about these wannabe white dudes. And everyone else in our society, including Black women, see relationships through the lens of Milton Friedman. This is why y'all hear even Black women more and more say, marriage is a business. Milton Friedman talk, Frederick Hayek talk. Huh? This is why you hear Black women speak about money and status and lifestyle. And who does that benefit? If we are to say marriage is a business, if we are to use hypergamous rhetoric, then who does this benefit the most? Is it not the same rich white men who can have their fill, who can sampler plate Asian women and Latina women and Black women and indigenous women, and then still in majority and vast majority marry their white boring ass wife and then cheat on her with, once again, Latina women and Asian women and Black women who will be happy to be his side chick? Who does this worldview benefit? Uh-oh. Now, who does this worldview hurt? Now, initially, everybody would think Black men. But Black women, you forgot what world you live in. And if we are to believe what Francis Fukuyama said about the end of history, and he wasn't literally saying it's the end of history, he's saying this is the best system that we can produce, this neoliberal democracy. If we are to believe him and we freeze the world in let's say 1992, which group of women are rated the lowest? Uh-oh. And what does that mean for you in your life, Black women? Hmm. So what we have are a group of people that are losing the neoliberal game the most, but that are advocating for it, well, arguably, maybe not the most, I'll give Black women that, but are arguing for this more and more as the masses of them are losing at it. You want the marketplace valuation for everything? Bam, you got it. Uh-oh. How's it working for you? And no placeholder, thank you for the super sticker. Thank you for the super sticker. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Huh? You know, I think I have to review neoliberalism and its discontents and the age of anger, because shout out to the Roger Report. The Roger Report we reviewed on his channel a couple months ago now. The End of History, a white dude breaking down Francis Fukuyama's book, The End of History. And I think I actually probably have to buy the book. So screw that. I'm gonna have to buy the book, but I have watched a couple of lectures of Francis Fukuyama breaking down, not even a couple, a whole lot of lectures of Francis Fukuyama breaking down his book, and Pinkash Master, okay, I'm not going to get his last name right, but Pinkash breaking down his book, The Age of Anger. I'm going to have to buy both of those books so that we can go through what it looks like when, for the people that are on the losing side of neoliberalism, which, by the way, is the masses of us. And I don't mean just Black people, particularly Black people, but I'm not just speaking about Black people, and what that looks like to be on the losing side of neoliberalism. And what does it mean to be on the losing side of neoliberalism while you advocate for it more and more and more? Black people, Black women. Huh? So after your weird litmus test or test of how horrible Black men are fails, Jazz, right? Jazz Noel. And Anton uses that same litmus test on Black women and then says, well, Black women are failing at damn near the whole entire scoreboard. That's when you say we need each other. See, when you were using the neoliberal lens to view Black men through, it was all good. But then when Anton flips it and says, all right, let's use that same litmus test on Black women, and it seems like, because it is, that Black women are failing that test more than any other group of people in America, outside of maybe Indigenous women and Latina women, maybe. Then it's we need each other. That's not what you were saying all of not even 5 minutes ago, 2 minutes ago. That's not what you were saying 3 minutes ago. Huh? And Jake says, Jazz Noel looks like a failed swirler, so we know we know she's mouthy, right? She's never been popping. And she did try to, she really tried to talk over Anton. She really tried to out-talk the host on his own channel. And this is standard Black woman procedure. You're gonna hear me, you ain't gonna overtalk me. Okay. You're gonna hear me. Because you know, intersectionality informs Black women that they are the lowest on the totem pole, so they gotta be loud. This is where they start doing the authentic self-talk and being recognized and being acknowledged. Shout out to the most aggressive, fragile people on the planet. Huh? They wonder why everybody's trying to run away from them. Right? Oh, and Jake says, nosy, I meant she's a musical artist. She never got a break, probably because of her attitude. Well, that only makes it worse. A dark-skinned, slim Black woman who might be talented, I haven't checked out her work, so I don't know, and who never got her big break. Oh, you imagine the resentment? You imagine? What's the name of the white woman who used to be on, what's it called, Reckless? The show with the white dude, where they review all those videos online and stuff like that. What's the name of the white girl that used to be on that? I forgot her name. And Jake says she's attractive, but she's way too itchy for my taste. I think she's cute too. That only makes it worse. Right? Huh. Ridiculousness, yes. Channel West Coast, yes, that's the show. What's the name of the white chick that was on that show? The white young lady that was on that show. What's her name? For anyone that remembers, she got into a back and forth with, who was it that she got into a back and forth with? And they pretty much pressed her about how she had a failed music career. And she started saying, well, I have this one song with Lil Wayne, and I have this song, and I featured here, and I did these numbers, and da-da-da-da-da-da. Right? Okay, Chanel West Coast, that's her name. Oh yeah, Charlemagne pressed her. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And and Jazz Noel. Huh? Y'all know, hey, there's a reason why Erica Badu told y'all I'm sensitive about my ish. Ain't nobody more sensitive than an artist, whether that be a comedian, whether that be a literal painter artist, sculptor artist, musician artist, right? Ain't nobody more fragile than the people that create, what they call them creatives nowadays, the creatives, when they feel like their artistry is not appreciated. Oh, there's no one more fragile. And there's definitely not anyone more fragile than a creative that's a black woman that feels like her artistry isn't appreciated. Oh, right. So if the white girl on the ridiculousness show said all of that, and you could tell she was breaking inside, didn't she cry? I feel like I saw a clip of her like tearing up or crying about it. If the white woman feel like that, oh, you better believe whoever you are, whatever man is with Miss Jazz Noel, well, even if you're a white dude, oh, have fun. Have fun. That resentment, we're watching it with Azealia Banks, y'all. We're watching it with Azealia Banks. Azealia Banks is another one. Huh? These failed artists, especially black women, women in general, but black women in specific, these failed artists, you want to talk about angry and resentful? God forbid she's a darker skinned black woman. Oh, they look at Beyonce with the anger and the heat of a million suns. They look at Rihanna with the anger and the heat of a million suns. Light skinned bitches. Right? Huh? Man, give me a second because I saw that. Give me 1 second because I want to see if that's the clip for real. Let's see. And thank you, Jake. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's the one. That's the one. Yep. Yep. Yeah, look at her face. Look at her face. Yeah, yep, yep, yep. Especially towards the end. She broke. She broke. Thank you, Jake. She broke. Huh. And y'all think y'all gonna put someone like Jazz Noel on this platform and she's not gonna sound the way she does? The white woman can even hold it together. Huh. You know, there's something about this word equality. There's something about this word equity. And we put women in the spaces and they want to change the way the men move and talk because they can't actually look at how we speak about each other as men. We rib on each other, we make fun of each other, we joke on each other, and we smile it and joke it off, and we really mean it. And you put women in those spaces and they crack. We have been watching men do celebrity roast on each other forever. And they laugh and joke it off. And you put women in those spaces and they shatter. We watch Anton and Jazz Noel go at each other. And when Anton pressed Jazz Noel, what happened? Did she shatter? No. What she tried to do is do the no, we need each other. Uh-oh. No, ma'am. You tried to speak as if black women didn't need black men. And when Anton showed you what black women not needing black men looks like, then it's no, we need each other. Boy, them smooth moonwalks, Mr. Z be catching them. Shout out to Chrissy. The pivot. You know, black women like to pivot and act like they're not pivoting because their ego won't let them admit, oh yeah, I lost that one. And so I'm going to pivot, but I need to protect my ego. So I'm going to act like I didn't just pivot. I need to pivot without looking like I pivot. And I need to pivot without bruising my ego. So I'm going to act and speak like as if I didn't lose this battle and that I'm not pivoting because I lost this battle. Thank you. Funny. And Charles says Euro step. For those of you that ever seen the white kids Euro stepping. That's good, Trill. Right? That's funny. Right? The cha-cha slide. The two-step. River dancing, call it what you want. Right? The A-Town stomp, call it what you want. Right? Moonwalking. That's funny. Trill said Euro step. And by the way, Trill, because there's a pun in there, that's a double entendre for your ass. Because they really are trying to Euro step. It is some white shit. Right? Dear black women, dear Jazz Noel, what you don't get to do is insult black men, belittle black men, speak as if black women are doing better than black men, speak as if black women don't need black men, and then when you're pressed with what it looked like for black women to quote unquote not need black men, and when someone like Anton or Z presses you and say, actually, black women aren't doing as great as you think they are, not in majority. Right? That's funny, Nema. And Nema says, the Macarena on crutches. That's funny. Exactly. Exactly. Right? Huh. And all of this is ego protection. The reason why we're bringing this up today, the reason why I decided to cover this today is to show what necessity versus ego looks like. Black women need black men. I want to be very clear to y'all. Black women need black men. It's not up for debate. The numbers show it. So we already knew it. Shout out to Obsidian who said, we know the facts and we say them and we wait for the facts to catch up. We say what we say and we wait for the facts to catch up. We always knew that black women needed black men. It was an up for debate. Y'all thought that black women didn't need black men. Why? Because of Oprah? Huh? Because of Tyra Banks? Huh? Because of Regina Hall? Because of Maya? Because of Vivica A. Fox? Because of Lisa Ray? Y'all thought black women didn't need black men. No, black women. The masses of you, like the vast majority of you, do need black men. And your horrible, horrid outcomes in life are proof of that. Once again, necessity versus ego. Chrissy, necessity versus ego. Paris, with your Kintaji chose better. Serena chose better. Eve chose better. Necessity versus ego. Huh? What Mr. Z is saying to black women, and I don't care who I offend, not only do you need black men, you better act like you want black men. What is Mr. Z saying? You better come over here with a smile. Huh? Jazz attempted to talk crazy about black men, and Anton pressed her, and then she tried to do the whole, no, we need each other. That's not how you were speaking 2 minutes ago. 2 minutes ago, it wasn't that we need each other. No, black women, as per more and more information, see that wall of black women doing so well in life, that wall that they were living on the other side of for a few decades now, give or take about 4 decades now, That wall is starting to crumble. That wall is starting to crumble. Huh? Everything, and I'm gonna put the article in my community chat probably after this stream. Everything from millennials are gonna be the richest generation. Oh, that's for the people who parents already got it. Uh-oh. And black women, we know our parents don't got it. Not in majority. To the article that says black and Latina women, single women, are the poorest group of people in America, once again. To Edward Blum coming after black women. To the repeal of affirmative action. To the repeal of DEI across the country. And who were the people that were employed the most because of DEI? Black women. Uh-oh. To people coming after Claudine Gay and getting her out of here publicly. That's a black woman that was the dean of Harvard, and they publicly crushed her in front of everyone. To the media making sure to interview these black women in front of Congress and show how crazy they look by saying the trans are women too. I mean, they how am I supposed to answer this without offending trans people? They're showing y'all to be the crazy, unhinged ones, by the way. Dear black women, if you don't understand what white conservatives are doing, they're showing you to be the problem. Now, white conservatives know that you're the mascot for white women. They know it, but they're going to show you to be the face of the operation so they can have a reason to crush you. Huh? They know that you're just the mascot. But they're going to show you to be the unhinged ones. Huh? Maybe y'all don't understand what's going on. When they say woke, they mean black. And you know who the face of woke is? It's not black men, it's black women. Huh? The face of woke is not Ta-Nehisi Coates. It's the young lady with the 1619 project. Huh? It's BLM. Huh? Black women, do you understand that you just left yourself out here in the wilderness by yourself? Shout out to all the black women that say, oh, all we got is ourselves. You're about to test that out in a minute. We're about to see in a minute. Actually, we're seeing it right now. So black women pushed black men away over the past 6 or so decades. And now white people are coming back and they want everything. Right? Black people are witnessing black women get crushed. Between the immigrants, between the end of DEI, between them using woke as a pejorative, huh? Between them pricing you out of the major cities where you live, between them pushing non-black women on black men over the past few decades, between you pushing black men away over the past few decades, black women, you say all you got is yourself? Huh? Yanni, you said it's better for black women to be single? Chrissy, you said it's better for black women to be single? You said it's better if black women get comfortable being single? All right. Society's gonna test that out. So while Jazz Noel is talking crap, we're about to see what it looked like for black women to be single. More and more. And Saint Cyr says, pushing them on us. We've been willingly going, Z. Yes and no. Yes and no. We have been willingly going, that part too. True. Right? But let's be very clear. There's a reason why your athletes often end up with non-black women, and it's not only because he's pursuing her. Those coaches be pushing them white girls on them brothers. Huh? And instead of black women competing, they sit in the back sulking and talking crap. Huh? See, one of the worst things to ever happen to black women is this reality TV thing, Real Households of whatever the hell, because it showed black women as being catty and annoying and argumentative and aggressive. And these are all the wives and girlfriends and baby mamas and playthings for athletes and entertainers, right? All of this love and hip hop stuff, all of these reality shows show black women as being loud and aggressive, right? So what does that mean for your future athlete? Uh-oh. When your future athlete walks into his mom room and he's talking to his mom for 20, 30 minutes, and in the background is the reality households of whatever the hell, and it's a bunch of loud ass, aggressive black women talking crap and gossiping, and then eventually it breaks out into a fight. What is that telling him? Do you understand the psyop, black women? Do you understand a psyop? Do you understand the negative PR for what it is? Or at least they're showing black women, at least black women are on TV. Huh? When we hear story after story after story, corrupt black mayor here, black female mayor, corrupt black female mayor there, corrupt black female judge here, Lizzo over here body shaming heavy set women for trying to lose weight. What? Making fun of virgin black women. What? Huh? See, y'all all talking crazy about Diddy and Meek Mills, and everybody want to act like they didn't just hear what everyone was saying about Lizzo. Huh? Huh? Everybody want to talk crazy about Diddy, but everybody forgot that young Miami went willingly, stayed willingly. Huh? And if Chris Brown is to be believed, you have black women who are attractive and have no goddamn talent, who white society's trying to press on us, shout out to Sweetie, who end up with someone with some talent and who's part of one of the most famous rap groups of the 21st century. And rap groups are pretty hard to come by nowadays. We're not in the early 90s anymore. And she's with one of the notable members of the rap group, and she cheats on him with crackhead Chris. And shout out to Chris Brown. I like Chris Brown, but come on, let's be honest about what that dude is probably doing. Huh? Now, Chris Brown himself is very talented, but you cheated on Quavo with Chris Brown. Huh. So even when black women, and we know she's mixed descent and yada, 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 understood. But even when black women are in the advantageous position, they mess it up. Huh? They mess it up. Lizzo, mayors, Congress members, entertainers with no talent. Huh? Yeah. Hmm. I seen it. And Naaman says, Sweetie also grappled with Quavo in the elevator. Don't mess with the man's PlayStation console. Yeah, and then she tried to play victim. And then she tried to play victim. Huh? Shout out to all of you entertainers, black entertainers, who see these women, and yes, they be attractive. Sweetie is attractive. And y'all think, oh, you know what? I'll date her. I'll be the next up. Let me know how that worked for y'all. Y'all should have left her for the white dude. She should have said yes to the white dude. What's his name? I forgot. The mid-ass white rapper. Huh? That's the environment, Jazz Noel. That's the environment where you talking crazy about black men. Huh? And y'all give Z 1 second because this thing is not doing what I need it to do. Give Z 1 second. I need to find this. Is this what I'm looking for? Okay, yeah, that's give me a second. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. And I'm back because I wanted to make sure I said the right thing the right way. And yes, it was after Anton pressed her. She did the we need each other. And she kept on saying it. After Anton pressed her, she was talking real reckless before the fact, Miss Jazz Noel. And after Anton pressed her, we need each other, we need each other. No, y'all turned this into a marketplace. And based off of the numbers, black men are doing better than black women. Black women need black men. Period. No, no, no. Based off the numbers, black women need black men. You were talking reckless and you got pressed. And after you got pressed, then it's, oh no, we need each other. No, we need each other. We need each other. What would your channel be if you weren't married? We need each other. That's not how you were speaking all of 2 and 3 minutes ago, ma'am. We need each other. Actually, we need each other. Right? Dear black men, this is the environment. This is why there's a passport bros. This is why there's a SYSBM, right? This is why there's a soft guy era. This is why all of this exists. Because black women like Jazz Noel, because of black women like Chrissy, because of black women like Yanni, because of black women like Paris Malone. Paris Malone was talking crazy about black men And then you check her page out in her community chat, and at one point she was damn near tipping the scales at 200 pounds. Okay, fine. Now she's 160 something. Okay, fine. She lost weight. She bragging. Ma'am, you tell me about all of the Kentanji chose better, Eve chose better, Serena chose better. All of the white men of memes that you claim are better than black men and that are better than black men. They're better than black men, right? Where are all those white guys to end up with someone that was built like you just a little while ago? Huh? Would Alexis Ohanian end up with Serena if Serena wasn't Serena? Huh? What we have is a whole lot of black women who have their own hangups and use punching down on black men as a release valve for the anger, right? They use black men as a release valve for the resentment, for the anger, for their position in this society. Instead of y'all growing up and putting on your big girl panties and going at white society, going at the white women, going at white men, you beat up on black men. Meanwhile, white men and white women are pushing you out of their spaces that you were earning a couple of dollars here and there in. I want to be very clear. Black men are not the ones who decided to put Malika Andrews there. That was white society. Huh? Black men aren't the ones who put Kamala Harris there. That was white society and black women. Oops. Huh? Dear black women, either you forgot that you black or you really try not to be black. Uh-oh. Combination of the two? And that is costing you everything, including black men who you feel that you don't need until reality comes crashing down. You know, I remember watching something, and I said I think I've said this before. I remember watching something, and a young lady was speaking about how her mother liked watching and listening to Kevin Samuels, and she didn't understand why. And a lot of black women were saying, "Oh man, your mom's a pick me," and et cetera, et cetera. And I thought to myself, well, if your mom's in her 50s, let's say, or in her 60s, even maybe even late 40s, but let's say 50s or 60s, your mother has a far more accurate understanding of the current dating environment than you do. And you don't appreciate that. And all the other women who are saying that your mother's a pick me, black women who is calling your mother a pick me, they don't appreciate it either. Right? They don't appreciate this environment either. It's a whole lot of black women that do not appreciate what life is like on the other side of 50, depending on how you age. Because for some of y'all, it'd be on the other side of 35. Huh? It's a whole lot, and we've actually spoken about this before. All the videos of mainly white women and some Latina women, a couple of Asians, but mainly white women, complaining, crying about how they feel invisible, how men aren't checking for them anymore, how men are watching them struggle to put something in the car and aren't helping, how men are flaking on them for dates, right? Meanwhile, because of black women's ego, they keeping that close to chest, right? And black women are going through similar, if not worse. Speaking about all the options they have. Oh boy. Black women are going through similar as white women and Latina women, trying to psych black men out by speaking about, oh, I could go get me a white man. The white men are flaking on white women, but you could go get you a white man. Okay, yeah, that's it. The Latino men are flaking on Latina women, but you could go get you a Latino. All right, that's it. We're not even going to mention Asian men. That's not a thing. Stop it, black women. Huh? Someone's lying, black women. Dear black women, someone is lying. Who's lying, black women? So when a black woman takes out her cell phone and she records herself at one of these matchmaking events, one of these speed dating events, and she shows how little black men are there and a whole lot of black women are there, but then black women tell us how easy it is to get black men. Uh-oh. And how many non-black men are checking for them? If this is a black event and there's going to be a whole lot of black women there, where are all the white guys that are chasing after black women to be there? To make up for the fact that black men are so horrible. So if white men know that black men are so horrible because black women know that black men are so horrible, why are they trying to catch all of these super black women, these kick-ass black women that black men take for granted? I say all of that to come back right back around to these black women calling this black woman's mother a pick-me, and to all of the videos of white women and Latina women complaining in their cars about how hard it is to date now, and black women trying to keep the stiff upper lip and play stoic. Uh-oh. To emphasize the point, right? And to come right back around to, well, Miss Jazz Noel, black women need black men. It's not up for debate. The numbers say it. Black women need black men. Whether black women want black men or not, black women need black men. The numbers say it. Shout out to Yanni. Shout out to Chrissy. It's better to be single than date hypogamously. First of all, the majority of black women wouldn't be dating and marrying hypogamously because black men still earn more than black women, and black men are in less debt than black women, and black men have better credit scores than black women. But even for the black men that don't, as I said before, it's better to put your 45 or your 50 with his 35 or his 40 than your 50 by itself. Uh-oh. Huh? And Trail says, I saw an Asian guy with a black woman at the grocery store yesterday. That's what's up. So that's one out of, I think the last time they did the census and they actually broke it down to the numbers was like 9,000 black women with Asian men. So that was over a decade ago. Let's say now let's be calm. Let's say it's 15,000. 15,000 black women married to Asian men. Let's say it's 15,000. Shit, let's say it's 20,000. Right? Hundreds of millions of, not even hundreds of thousands, millions of married people in America, married black women in America, married Asian men in America, give or take somewhere between 9 to 20,000 black women with Asian men. And Asian men, we're not even going to go all the way back to before the Chinese Exclusion Act. We're not even going to go that far back. We'll start off when Asians started coming to America in earnest in the 1970s. Asian men then had 50 plus years to marry black women in any significant number. And let's be honest, there's less than 20,000 black women in America, 340 million people, over 20 million adult black women, and there's, put money on it, less than 20,000 black women married to Asian men. Is that black women's loyalty, or is that Asian men's colorism, sexism, anti-blackness, or simply they know that they can have y'all without marrying y'all, for the Asian men that are attracted to black women? Right? Huh. And I'm Waffle says, "What up, bro? Just joined. Did you get a chance to copy the link I posted before you went live? New video of sister complaining about LA dating scene. I clicked it. Is that the one where the older brother is starting to speak in the beginning? I think we're talking about the same video. I did click it, so it's in my yeah. Black men in LA prefer dating outside their race over black women. I do want to review it, and I will be covering that probably later on today. What's going on? I am Waffles. Yeah, I should be covering that on later on today. Right? And like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat, and a split gem. Thank you for the super sticker. Thank you for the super sticker. Mr. Shook to you says, "There's an Asian guy married to a black woman. Send it to me." And Mr. Shook to you says, "There's an Asian guy married to a black woman who reviews Kevin Samuels and Kendra videos. The shock theory he goes through. And I'm sure he sees these traits in his own home." And that's all it is. I'm telling y'all, it's not black women's look. Yes, they got to lose the weight. It's not black women's look. It's anti-blackness in our society, and it's what black people. Excuse me, said that wrong. What non-black people experience with black women. It's not black women's look. Fit black women are the most attractive people on the face of the earth. Okay, I get what you're saying. Shock therapy, right? Once again, let's read that again. There's an Asian guy married to a black woman who reviews Kevin Samuels and Kendra videos. The shock therapy he goes through. I'm sure he sees those traits in his own home, right? It's black women's attitude. It's what non-black people see with black women. Do black women really understand that non-black people watch black people's stuff also? Y'all realize that, right? There's no special passcode to Anton's channel. There's no special passcode to Kevin Samuel's channel. There's no special passcode to those weirdo comments y'all making on Twitter. There's no special passcode to the Shade Room on Instagram. There's no special Medellin password. There's a lot of non-black people subscribe to the Shade Room on Instagram. There's a lot. There were a lot of non-black people, obviously, that follow TMZ. Huh? And so y'all are talking crazy about black men. Y'all are talking crazy about men in general. Y'all are the face of misandry. Y'all allow white women to gas y'all up and then make y'all the mascot for anti-male rhetoric. Yes, Mr. Z understands that there's a lot of white women on that too. Yeah, Mr. Z gets it. But y'all are okay with being the mascot, so when it's time to fall, guess who's going to fall the hardest? Huh? So let me get this right. Black women are so incensed with black men. In the middle of white men getting women together, they repealed not just affirmative action to get at white women. Who fell the hardest? Black women. Okay, fine. They have repealed Roe versus Wade to make white women have their babies. And yet black women are out here complaining the loudest. Black women, do you not understand the position you put yourself in? Trying to align with white women. And let me be very clear. Outside of the radical feminists, white women will fall. White women are going to go down the road that white men pay for them. They're going to do it. They always do it. And guess what? That's going to leave black women. That's going to leave black women out here destitute. As white men pull the rug from under white women, and white women play their position because they always do it. They put up a little fight, they complain, and then they get back in line because they always do it. Guess who's going to be out here in the wilderness talking about, oh, you know, it's better to be single. Yanny, Chrissy, huh? Indigo says, Nazi, and there's a pun in here somewhere. Nazi, Black Twitter Black Twitter and Black YouTube have special black walls around them. You ain't know? That black walls, there's a pun in there somewhere. Right? What's this, the Mortal Kombat or the Street Fighter? The Street Fighter code or the Mortal Kombat code. And better use is the code to unlock Black Twitter is up, down, A, B, left, right, start, select. That's either Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter. That's got to be one of them. Right? I'm telling you, you let so you know when it really hit me, because I already felt this way. Emphasis on the word feel. When I was attempting to get my CDL, I used to follow this white dude who walked you through, and I forgot his name, who walked you through the CDL process. Middle-aged white dude. And one time I was watching Kevin Samuels live, and he was in the comments. Middle-aged white dude. He was in the comments, the live comments. And that's when it really hit me. Black women, I don't think you realize what you're doing to yourself. You think you going on there to get black men told and to get Kevin Samuels told, and to insult black men. There's a lot of non-black men watching. There's a lot of your escape hatch white men that you thought you was going to be able to run to. There's a lot of your escape hatch Latino men you thought you was going to be run to. There's a whole lot of those Asian men, both East and South Asian men, escape hatch men you thought you were going to be able to run to. A lot of them are watching. Right? Indigo says, damn you and your puns, Mr. Z shakes fist. Right? Or clenches fist like Arthur. Right? A lot of I'm watching Kevin, and I'm like, do black women understand what they're doing? And I'm talking about even the young black women. I'm talking about 23, 24, 22-year-old black women calling into Kevin Samuels' show with all the sass in the world. Oh, we don't need men. Right? Who wants to be with average anyway? I have 3 kids from 3 different men, and now I'm looking to be kept. And I'm watching this. I'm like, black women, do you forget black men? Y'all already have. Do you understand what you're doing to yours? No wonder so many of y'all were so incensed with Kevin. It's not what Kevin was doing. It was what black women were doing to themselves on Kevin Samuels' show. And I'm also says, Mr. Z, you got your CDLs? That's what's up. No, I don't. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't. I started slacking, so I got my permit, and I started to learn, because getting your CDL, you have to learn all the parts under the truck, and so that's easy for me, Mr. Z's in the cars. And the position that I was going for at my job that required CDLs, I end up getting another position that pays the same amount that doesn't require CDLs, and I just was like, meh, But here's the thing. So I waffles. I'm going back. So now I got to do it all over again because it's been so long. So I am gonna go get my CDLs, my CDL, excuse me, um, because I want to get in that position again, right? And it's best for me because that position you just need a CDL for that. You just need a CDL, and so yeah, I'm going back. I'm going back. Right? So yeah. So CDL first, and then we will have the conversation about Mr. Z going back to school because I just want to, right? Yeah. Okay, and I'll check it out. And Mr. Sukchiyu says his name is Devil Advocate. And Saint Cyr says black women ethnic image is in the mud, been there since the beginning of time, and they ain't try to fight the allegations ever. Right? Here's the thing. You know, it really is subsidizing their negative liberty. Shout out to, is that on Compassionate's channel or is that Edge channel? It's on Compassionate's channel. And I'm gonna do a whole different review on that, right? Compassionate has on, I'm not even gonna acknowledge that comment. Right? Compassionate has on his channel, Chisel Chin Chad, funny enough, Chisel Chin white dude, and he says exactly what he actually articulated better than Mr. Z. Interestingly enough, exactly what the women are saying. As a matter of fact, I got to go to it because I got to recite it right now. As a matter of fact, give me a second. Let me go on Compassionate's page because I have to recite it literally because it's exactly. Give me a second. Yeah. Give me a second. Mm. There we go. He says, I'm an independent man, but I need someone to depend on and that I can entirely depend on, but that has no say to what I'm doing ever. That is exactly what Mr. Z is saying when I say subsidize their negative liberty. That is what black women want. Shout out to the white dude because that's exactly what I'm saying. He said it in simpler terms than this highfalutin crap I was talking, right? Subsidize their negative liberty. No, exactly what he said. I want someone that I could depend on that has no say in what I'm doing ever. Now, more and more non-black women are attempting to say that, but that is black women's theme right there. That's it right there. Right? I'm awful said. Dang, what that's what's up. You'll be Big Z after you get the CDL. Right? Man. Yeah, no, so I'm gonna be like, I am the most backwards person when it comes to this. Mr. Z went from white collar to blue collar. Then I want to get my CDL and then go back to school for political science, finish my undergrad, and potentially, if I follow in my younger sister's footsteps, I will do undergrad, master's degree, then law school. But I'm not going to do that because I don't want all of that goddamn college student loan debt. So I'm probably just going to do undergrad political science and law school if I so choose. Yeah, because especially right now, man, the way college degrees are right now, they treating college degrees like they goddamn high school diplomas. Jeez. And I'm talking about even for the brothers and sisters that actually have a degree worth a damn that's not in basket weaving, right? And I don't necessarily have a problem with degrees in the humanities as much as other people do. I know a whole lot of people know if you don't got a degree in STEM, okay, yawn. First of all, Mr. Z doesn't do that. I do think STEM degrees are important. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it misconstrued. I do think you should err on the side of a STEM degree, but I don't have a problem with people, especially black people, getting their degrees and advanced degrees, preferably in the humanities or in the soft sciences, because I do think black people need to be studied by black people. I absolutely do think that, right? I do think you can STEM degree your way out of Black people's current socio-political, socio-economic position. I do agree with that. Now, where Black people, Black women, how far they went with the goddamn degrees in the humanities and the soft sciences, oh boy. I think we over-index on the soft sciences and the humanities, but I do think that Black people need to study Black people. Dear Black women, that doesn't mean that you get to insult Black men because you got a degree in the humanities. You know, like y'all been doing for the past 50, 60 years. But no, I do think STEM degrees are important, and degrees in the humanities and the soft sciences are also important for Black people. But once again, Black women being Black women left a bad taste in everybody's mouth with the soft sciences, and some Black men too, let's be honest. But Black women left a bad taste in everybody's mouth with the soft sciences and the humanities because y'all use that to hide from the STEM degrees, number one. And you use it to intellectualize your misandry, dear Black women. A Bowser, right? And that's really what Black women do with the degrees in the soft sciences and in the humanities. They use it to intellectualize their misandry. And that's what we've been witnessing for at least 40 years, 50, 60, right? Yeah. Michael Ross said, I would hire you as my counselor. See, right? You know what's crazy? And this is gonna sound like the most backwards thing ever. You know, I did sit down and look at my life and think about trauma and childhood rejection, and I don't have none of these crazy ass stories. Like, did Mr. Z get rejected? Yeah, I'm a Black man, right? I was a Black boy, absolutely. But I don't have one of these, my uncle touched me or my aunt touched me or I went to juvie over something, or I was like heavily bullied, or I don't know, I got shot when I was 22, or like, you know, like I don't have any of these stories that give me this very negative view of Black people or Black women, right? And it sounds crazy me saying that and then saying it in a way that's like, is that a problem? I know it sounds insane, but oftentimes in the Black community, if you don't have one of those stories, I don't know if you're often taken seriously, right? Like Mr. Z ain't never sell dope, right? I've never been hooked on drugs, or like I'm not an alky, right? Alcoholic. I'm none of that, right? Exactly. And Ishmael says your experience is actually the majority, Z, despite what the media says, right? Man. And Mr. Shik to you says using degrees to legitimize their warped worldviews, they interpret information back ass word, base ackward. Shout out to Toya, right? And useless. Oh, to me. And unless it in the world, okay, I'm reading this wrong. They interpret information backwards, right? Backwards, and unless it is it. Okay, Mr. Shook to you. I'm either saying this wrong or you typed it wrong. I don't know, right? J everything. This is dope. And J everything says certificate my way into six-figure tech job. Degrees are overrated. That's what's up. That's what's up, right? And y'all like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Okay, unleash. Back assword and unleash it into the world. Okay, I get it now. Okay, now let's read this again. Using degrees to legitimize their warped worldviews, they interpret information backwards and unleash it into the world. Yes, yes, right, man. Wait a minute. Oh, and okay, Nemesis is online learning, not an option. Yes, but it's time. It's time, man. It's time. You got to remember, Neymar, Mr. Z is doing like 70 hours a week easily, easily, right? 70 hours a week on work. So I have to cut the time, increase the income somehow magically, and then use that time for school. It's the time, right? Right. So yeah. But back to Miss Jazz Noel. We are no longer in the world, Miss Jazz Noel, where you can speak this way about black men. Be pressed, and after you're pressed, then you do the whole we're tied by the hip, black men and black women need to rise together and no. And we need each other talk. Absolutely not. That is not how you were speaking initially. It's after, and you knew Anton was telling the truth because if you didn't believe it, you would have pushed back on. You would have pushed back. It's after Anton pressed you. That's when you did the whole no, we need each other talk. Essentially, and Lion says, Z said, dear black women, I don't know where the hell y'all think y'all going. Right? No, for real though. No, seriously. Right? That's a real ass statement. Where do they think they go? Shout out to the Roger Report. Because we spoke about this before. Where do black women think they're going? Where? And by the way, black women, that's not up to black men. Shout out to black women acting like black men are holding them hostage in the black community. No, non-black people ain't letting you enter their community. Get it right. That's why y'all over here talking about being politically single, and it still ain't gonna work. That's the thing. If there was a chance that this single thing would work for y'all, the masses of you, then that would be a different conversation. But once again, Yanni, once again, Chrissy, the majority of black women don't earn enough. And when we say the majority, we don't mean 51%. No, we mean more like 85, 90, 95%. Simply don't earn enough to be single for years on end, decades on end. Black women just don't earn enough. Right? And as the white dude said, let me listen to it again so I can say it. Oh, he said it though. He said it the perfect way. What I need is somebody to entirely depend on, but has no say in what I'm doing ever. Your negative liberty subsidized, right? Your ideas of freedom subsidized. As Mr. Z said before, they want someone to pay them. They want a man to pay them to stick the middle finger up back at that man individually and at the rest of the world. And black women are incensed that they, for the most part, in vast majority, can't have that life because that's the life they feel that white women live. I didn't even say upper middle class white women for that one. That is the life that black women think that white women live. Right? Huh. I want someone I can entirely depend on that has no say in what I do ever. Hey, when Brad is right, he's right. When the white dude is right, he's right. And this white dude was right about that because that might as well be the theme. That might as well be the mission statement for black women in America. We're looking for men that we can entirely depend on financially, but has no say in what we're doing ever. And then, of course, you're going to have a couple of white women that's saying the same thing and a couple of Asian and Latina women saying the same thing. But that definitely is the black woman theme right there. I'll put it in the comments right now, but it's a video off a Compassionate and Callous channel. Y'all give Z 1 second. Let me Send that to put that in the comments right now. Shout out to Compassionate and Callous for this. Wherever he found it, shout out to Compassionate. And there y'all go. Right? Yeah. And it's about, I don't know, a minute long, give or take. Yep. Mm. It's the realest part. Yep. Y'all give Z 1 second, y'all talk amongst yourselves. The man said, finance everything I want to do, all my hobbies, everything I want to do, but has no control over what that is. I mean, I mean, isn't that what women are saying to men right now in the 21st century, writ large, specifically, excuse me, black women saying to black men? Isn't that what they're really saying? Whether they have degrees or not, whether they have money or not, whether they have status or not, isn't that what women are saying to men? Isn't it patriarchal and oppressive and misogynistic and misogynoirist if black men say, yeah, we're not signing up for that? Right? Y'all don't even got to go that far into the video because I think Compassionate played it twice and then the second time it doesn't have sound. But if you just listen to the first about 15 seconds of that video, he says everything you need to know. It's what Mr. Z has been saying. The white dude just said it in simpler terms, right? Man, I need someone to entirely depend on all the time, but has no say in what I'm doing ever. What else do you need to know? Right? What else do you need to know? By the way, Miss Jazz Noel, that's actually what you want. That's actually what the majority of black women want. And what we're finding from non-black women, westernized, Americanized non-black women, is that's what they want too. And Lion says, take responsibility without authority, right? Which we've been saying in the black manosphere more and more. This is what Mr. Z means by patriarchy under feminist specifications. That's the pay part of patriarchy. The paymaster part, the provider part of patriarchy, that's the part, right? The paymaster part of patriarchy without the authority part. This is where the feminism comes in. Because patriarchy under feminist specifications is, as bad boy Brad over here, Chisel Chin Chad over here says. Maybe he's not bad boy Brad. We'll call him Chisel Chin Chad. Right? This is paymaster right here. That's what he's describing. Right? Huh. So shout out to the white dude for saying it. And shout out to Jazz Noel for saying what she said until she got pressed by Anton. The only thing I would say to Anton is have fun trying to convince black people to vote a particular direction. Have fun. Have fun trying to get black women to vote a particular direction. Because when Anton was pressing her, he did slip up and say that y'all vote the wrong direction. I'm like, oh boy, here we go. Right? So, and Mr. Z was part of it. So we got to beat up on black people for voting for Joe Biden even after the 94 crime bill, even after the racial jungle comment, right? We're going to beat up on black people for that. But then we're going to turn around and tell black people to vote Republican when the entire Republican Party is saying the type of things that Joe Biden said. Uh-oh. Huh? And Anton, that works for the majority of black people. How? Anton, y'all just got to admit the class aspect of it all and say, look, voting Republican is best for my wallet as a well off black person. And all the rest of y'all can live off of all the respectability politics bullshit, excuse my language in this morning, that, the Republican Party pushes. So I'll get the tax breaks and you get the quote unquote family friendly policies without the, money and labor aspect. Huh. See, if you were being more honest, Anton, then we could have a better conversation. But you're too busy, with the respectability politics, which actually the Republican Party is really good at, and that's all they're really good at. Huh? Thank you, Mr. Shook to you. Right? Tiffany Cross over here with the we need black men to get in line with behind black women. Huh. So to Anton and to Angry Man and to the brother Obsidian and to all the black conservative brothers, to Mr. Fantastic, right, Hood Conservative, all have fun. Not even, first of all, y'all gonna have a hard time convincing black men, let alone black women in any significant number. Right? Have fun with that. Because Republicans are really good at acting like they care about family values right up until the baby's born. You can abort the child, good. But after the child is born, well, get it how you live, parents. Yes, because that's really going to entice the young people to have children. We're going to make it illegal to delete the unborn children, or we're going to make it really difficult because anything after 6 to 15 weeks, we're going to make it illegal to delete this child. But after you have the child, well, get it how you live. And that's supposed to encourage women writ large. That includes white women, by the way, to have kids. Yeah, that's it. Exactly. I'm sure. And Shrell said, after the kid is born, yeet. I agree with this. Common sense is all I know is Biden got to go. That's a good motto. That's a good motto. Oh, all I know is Biden got to go. I like this. Biden has to go. I like this. Common sense CV. I like this. I like this. Right? Man. And Telescope says, ours Republicans. Republicans love babies till the bill shows up. Then, then they get alligator arms. Oh man, hysterical. Right? And Lion says, politically, I don't trust either side. Look, I think more and more black men. To be honest with you, I think more and more of the country is there. Once again, the largest voting bloc in America are non-voters. So let's remember, the largest voting bloc in America are non-voters, period. What is it, some 40%? That's huge, right? Man. Oh, wait a minute. And Mr. Shook to you says, I have a 22-year-old Latina coworker that ear hustles these streams while I'm listening. Unfortunately, she thinks our women are insane. Tell her Latina women are not too far off. Hey, that child out of wedlock birth rate for Latinas is over 50%. Y'all ain't too far off. Right? Latinas be in that goddamn child support court too, like a mug. Right? Latinas be out here white worshiping white men too, like a mug. She's right. Black women are off the reservation, but Latina women are not too far off pace. Right? Latina women are not too far off pace. Hey, that DV in them Latino homes don't be looking too bright. Would you say backhand? Right? Passport OG says, I love to stick it to Biden, but the idea of voting to help McConnell gives me the hives. Right? Mitchie boy is no longer there. They finally got him the hell up out of there. Hey, you know the Republicans pressed him. You know. Shout out to the Republicans for that. I got to give it to them for that because you know if it wasn't for the Republicans behind the scenes pressing McConnell to get the hell up out of there, that man would have passed in that goddamn congressional office. He would have passed. He would have stayed there literally until the second he passed away. I wouldn't be surprised if they would have found him in his office deceased if they didn't press him. And wait a minute. All he did was step down. It's not. Did he actually? Yeah. All he did was step down. He's still there, but he's no longer the lead, right? And no placeholder. Thank you for the super sticker. Thank you for the super sticker. Right, man. These political parties are looking sicker and sicker. They look more and more sick every time you listen to them speak. Just get out of here. How old is Nancy Pelosi again? Right? They all old as crap. Trump is old as crap. Biden's old as crap. Mitch McConnell is old as crap. Right? Nancy Pelosi is old as crap. Man. This is a really good comment, no placeholder. And no placeholder says, I just don't like the public attacking of black men by black women. I agree, Latinas are not a refuge, but at least they don't do that yet. Yeah, for the most part, I will say this about Latinas. Outside of the Latina intellectuals that do the whole, well, the problem with Latinos is the machismo and blah, blah, blah talk. For the most part, you don't see that in Latinas. You're right about that. You're right about that, no placeholder. You're right about that. I will say this though, Latinas haven't necessarily been incentivized to talk crap about Latinos also the way black women have. My issue with black women, or one of my major issues with black women, shout out to the Roger Report for him saying you have to be held accountable for what you believe in. One of my major issues with black women is how many of them just willingly, enthusiastically talk crap about black men, only to need black men. That's the crazy part. To need black men, but to talk crap about black men. Right? Man. Better uses the US government is just a nursing home. Right? And shout out to Black Uru and BGS for not being these types. But Jesus Christ, boomers and even a couple of silent generation people are the youngest of silent generation are so goddamn selfish, especially the white ones. They want to take these are like modern day Egyptians trying to take all the wealth with them to the grave. Right? The Mitch McConnells, the Nancy Pelosi's, right? The Joe Bidens, the Donald Trumps of the world they're just trying to, if they could, they would bury themselves with all of the medals, all of the trophies, all of the money, right? All of their accolades, and tell their kids and grandkids, both their literal kids and grandkids and their kids and grandchildren's generations, to go kick rocks because we taking it with us. Right? These white boomers and older white boomers and the youngest of silent generation that are in positions of power in this society, man, move out the way. They said, we ain't moving out the way. You got to kick us out the way. Jesus Christ. Right? God, talk about being selfish. Talk about being selfish. Neighbor says Mitch McConnell be staring into space during interviews. You see me? And that's why I call him Turkey Neck. Shout out to AB Media. Neighbor had heard me call him Turkey Neck before. Turtle face Turkey Neck. I am Waffle says Mitch McConnell looks like an old ass expired turkey. That's exactly why I call him Turtle face Turkey Neck. And shout out to his Asian wife because you're married to that guy. Right? Y'all can say what y'all want about Asian women, boy. Asian women will stand by a white man. Y'all think black women are loyal to white men. Asian women said we ain't going nowhere. Right? Man. Craziness. And Detroit says, and thank you for the super chat, Anton, Republicans monopoly tax exempt 20% discount black women. Shanks, your soul is mine, 46% discount. Detroit be coming up with the numbers. Oh, better you said Mitch McConnell reminds me of Franklin the Turtle. Right? Nameless says Asian women will stick around for the will. You damn right. Right? Shout out to Rupert Murdoch's ex-wife, the Asian wife, the second wife. Right? Man. Asian women said, black women, let me show you how it's done. Asian women said, I'm going to show you how to get the bag, black women. Watch this. Man. Asian women said, we ain't going nowhere. Jesus. That's crazy. That's craziness. Right? So I just make a little fun with Anton because I think that for our black conservative brothers and sisters, I don't think they're honest about why black people tend to vote Democrat. I'm saying not in no cynical, mocking, making fun of them way. I'm saying for you to truly understand your ideological enemies, right? Or your ideological rivals, the people you disagree with, you first have to sympathize with them. And you have to be honest. That's why I'm able to accurately assess often the Republican and conservative worldview, because I get it. People say reactionary insultingly. And I agree to a certain extent, but I understand, particularly for black men who vote Republican. That's why I'm able to specifically, when it comes to brothers like Bernard Riley, express where that comes from. We're not talking about Obsidian, who dad and grandfather were on that. No, but Bernard Riley, right? Whereas brothers on that side, the Antons of the world, somehow don't understand why. And they mock and make fun of the masses of black people, that includes black men, that vote Democrat. As if black people should vote Republican. With people like Steve King, part of the Republican Party. Now, once again, they pushed Steve King out because he just became so overt with the rhetoric, right? And people like DeSantis, right? Like, think about what you're asking here or what you're demanding, right? Huh. So that's all I'm saying to the Antons of the world. I'm not saying for you not to be who you are or not to have your political ideology. I'm asking you to think about what you're actually asking for, maybe even demanding. Right? And how is that supposed to work for the mass? How are lower taxes supposed to work for the masses of black people? Let's say that better, Z. How are lower corporate taxes supposed to work for the masses of black people? Huh? How is the party of big business supposed to work for the masses of black people? Both parties are the party of big business. Just one is more overt about it than the other. But how is the overt party of big business supposed to work for the masses of black people? How is the party that's actually anti-workers' rights, anti-union, supposed to work for the masses of black people? See, you can't just give black people respectability politics and quote unquote lower taxes, that's not really lower, and say, well, mix and work with that. Right? And that's a real question for Anton. The party of lower corporate taxes, the party that pushed money is speech, the anti-union party, the anti-workers' rights party, right? That's supposed to work for the masses of black people. How? Huh? That's fine and dandy. This is the pro-life and pro-family party. The party that tells you, yeah, we want you to have that kid, that white kid. Be honest, Anton. We want you to have that white baby. Be honest, Anton. But after that baby's born, well, get it how you live. Huh? See, what Republicans think they're doing that they think is slick is they want to take all the money off the table and then give you Jesus to make up for it. Give you faith in religion and respectability to make up for the fact that they didn't took all the goddamn money off the table. Give you rhetoric about hard work and meritocracy to make up for the fact that they took all the goddamn money off the table. Oh, and left you in a precarious situation because you're not unionized. That part too. Heck, go white baby Jesus. We'll take all the money and we'll take all the security, right? Oh, and we do want tax cuts for us and the corporations. Huh? Oh, and we do want the government to subsidize us. Huh? And to the average person, we'll give you white baby Jesus and talks about family and respectability to make up for, the fact that we took all the goddamn money off the table and left you with nothing but precarity and poverty. Right? Huh. Better use this. Lower corporate taxes means it's easier to F you harder, all Diddy. Hysterical. Right? Huh. That's so that's what I'll say to the brother Anton, to Angry Man, to all of them, to Hood Conservative, to Mr. Fantastic, right? To all of the conservative brothers. Like, there's a reason why black people vote Democrat, right? And it's going to be a hard sell for y'all to sell black people to cut their nose in the spot, including black men. I want to be very clear. Before y'all can even get enough black women, have fun trying to pull more and more black men. This is why I say I think the people that are not going to vote are going to, the people that are not going to vote Democrat are going to stay home, namely black men. Shout out to Dr. Thunder and the Roger Report that says, no, go vote third party. Right? But have fun trying to pull the majority of black men to the Republican Party. Have fun with that. Meanwhile, Mitch McConnell think it's funny when he replies to to the conversation about reparations, saying Barack Obama's family was slaveholders too, talking about his white side of the family. And Mitch McConnell had that little smirk on his heart attack having ass face, his stroke having ass face. Huh? Mr. Turtle Face Turkey Neck. Have fun telling black people to vote for that party. I'm not saying that the Democrats are not trying to undermine, right? Undermine reparations behind the scenes. I'm not saying that they're not. But at least they have the couth to do it behind the scenes or give you some type of weirdo answer for it. Try to give you some BS answer. Meanwhile, Mitch McConnell sitting straight up in your face with a smirk. Huh? Goddamn, I'm listening. And he reminded me, and I'm listening, says, what's up with your political channel, Z? Goddamn. What's up with Mr. Z? What's up with your political channel? Working on it. I'm really not working on it. Right? And no placeholder says, some of the liberal lawmaking is possible due to Republican policies. Republicans help make corporations God. Bruh, do they? Shout out to the Roger Report, me and the Roger Report, and shout out to Dr. Thunder also. We don't believe in this too big to fail crap. What? What that mean? We know what it means, but what that mean? Wait a minute. So we allow you to turn yourselves into almost monopolies. That way you can hold the whole country and the whole economy hostage when you mess up your gambling on Wall Street. And you say, oh, by the way, Mr. President and Mr. Treasury Secretary, by the way, Mr. Labor Secretary, by the way, U.S. government, by the way, U.S. populace. Yeah, so if you let us fall because we've captured so much of this particular industry, the whole industry falls and it takes a chunk out of the U.S. economy. Yeah, we did that on purpose. But yeah, you're going to probably have to help us. Shout out to all of you short-sighted ass politicians. Thank you. Better You and Better You says too big to fail equal time to go trust busting. Thank you. Huh? Let's stop beating black people over the head for not being business owners and entrepreneurs. In what environment, once again, entrepreneurship is at a 40-year low. At least it was at a 40-year low before COVID. I got to check and see if that's still the case. That means across the board, that's not just black people. Mom and pop grocery stores cannot compete against Walmart when you put Walmart across the street. Mom and pop internet stores cannot compete against Amazon, especially when Amazon is hell-bent on crushing them and the US government turns a blind eye to it. Go ask Diapers R Us if you think I'm lying. Stop telling me about conservative values when y'all ain't doing nothing to Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk. Do I have to continue? Literally, Jeff Bezos over here losing bidding wars and then throwing a temper tantrum, calling his senator, and then have himself shoehorned into the bill he just lost the bidding war to. That's a fact. Mr. Z didn't make that up. Anton, do you have anything to say about that? Huh? So miss me with all of the black women voting in the wrong for the wrong party or voting in the wrong direction. Yeah, they might be. Yes, they are. Okay, yes. But you want them to vote Republican for the big corporation party? For the talk about family values, but not actually show what you mean by that? You mean you want them to vote for the party that's okay with having companies buying up homes and keeping them on a renter's market? You want them to vote for that party? Huh? You want them to vote for the good old party, the good old boys party? Huh? Don't vote for these racists, vote for those racists. Don't vote for the racists that lied to your face, vote for the racists that lied to your face. No, Mr. Z, you said that wrong. Don't vote for the racists that occasionally whisper sweet nothings in your ear while they're graping you. Vote for the party that barks at you and yells at you when they're graping you. Okay, yeah, that's it. Right? Thank you, I Waffles. Their moral compass is rich is right. End of story. I'm just saying, look at the policies outside of just the culture war. The culture war stuff is great for the Democrats and the Republicans because they don't got to come to the table with any policy worth a damn that actually means something, you know, for your wallet. So as long as they score victories on each other with the culture war stuff, they don't ever have to come to the table with anything that actually changes your material condition, that actually betters your material condition. So y'all want black women to vote Republican for some culture war crap. What about their actual material condition? Well, you're gonna get married and then you're gonna have your children within wedlock. Yeah, what about the money? But okay, yeah, but you're married, so that improves your material condition because now you're with the husband with the money. Oh, wait a minute. Until he's fired from his job because, you know, too big to fail and profit margins and no union. Uh-oh. Now what? Huh? One of the number one reasons for divorce, Anton, is financially related. It's the money. The silence is on purpose, y'all. Right? So, you know, I'm all about black women getting their mind right. I'm all about black people ending up with black people. Yes. But let's not pretend like one party is all about family and the other party isn't. No, both parties screw families in different ways. Both parties help to rip families apart in different ways. Right? And it's okay to admit it. Right? So, you know, on that note, we will speak about Miss Jazz. Let's end up speaking about what we originally spoke about, right? Miss Jazz Noel and her insanity. And shout out to Anton for pressing her and having her start trying to equivocate with this. No, we need each other. That's not what you were speaking. That's not how you were speaking in the beginning. That is definitely not how you were speaking in the beginning because you didn't mean it. And you still don't mean it when you said, no, we need each other. No. Black women need black men. Black women are out here looking real sick without black men. Black women need black men. Period. And there's no swagging your way out of that. There's no ego your way out of that. There's no pride your way out of that. There's no sassy talk your way out of that. Absolutely not. Black women need black men, Chrissy. Black women need black men, Yanni. Black women need black men, Shira 7. Black women need black men, Paris. Black women need black men, Princella. Black women need black men, period. Right? Black women need black men. Tanya TKO. Black women need black men, Bowser. It's not up for debate. More and more information is coming out saying that. Period. Y'all could talk about black men and their life expectancy when they're not in relationships, and the black men, they're political single, and then single by choice and single mother by choice. Y'all could talk all that crap, and then we watch and read More and more people saying, yeah, but by the numbers, black women, when you're not in relation, when you're not married, sorry, not even just in a relationship, when you're not married, your chances of upward mobility plummet. Not even just when you're not in a relationship, not just being single. No, when you're not married. Uh-oh. So once again, we have a whole lot of wannabe petite bourgeoisie black women or really legit petite bourgeoisie black women talking a whole lot of crap about being single and about how black men need black women when the numbers say different. The numbers say black women need black men. So y'all could do all that talking all y'all want. The numbers say black women need black men. Spare me your talk, black women. Bowser, Yanni, Chrissy, Paris. It's better to be single than date hypogamously. That's not what the numbers say. You're 45 in a vacuum don't look that well in the 21st century. You're 45,000. Right? So on that note, everyone, to Miss Jazz Noel, I say, no, black women need black men. That's what the data shows. To hell with y'all opinions. No, we need each other. No, black women need black men. The problem black women have is that your ego won't let you admit it. Not even to yourself, let alone to other people. And so you can die starving on your ego. Better yet, die feeding on your ego. Let's see if that keeps you nice and full. Right? And on that note, everyone, we will pause right here. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Y'all have a great, great rest of y'all day. To Jazz Noel, I say, yawn. We need each other. No, black women need black men, and that's what the data shows. Right? That's what the data shows. So I'm Waffles. I'm gonna check out that stream that you sent me. I want to, or that video that you sent me. I want to do a whole stream on just that small ass, short ass clip that Compassionate put on his channel that I put in the chat earlier. Shout out to Chisel Chin Chad, but what he said was right on point. Right? As I've said before, they want you to subsidize their negative liberty. As Chisel Chin Chad said, they want to depend on you, but you have no say in what they do ever. Yeah, nope. Dear women in general in the West, we ain't signing up for it. Dear black women specifically in America, we're not signing up for it. Black men are not signing up for it. And quite frankly, no man is signing up for that. And I know you don't think that's what you're asking for. That's what you're demanding. And because men are not signing up for it, you're throwing a temper tantrum. Yep, nope. You could call that misogynistic or misogynist all you want. Men are not signing up for subsidizing your life while we have no say in what you do and how you do it. Yeah, nope. And on that note, y'all have a great, great, great rest of your day. Mr. Z out.